to the Wind Down with Worldwide Media 101 TV. We're back. So as you guys know, we haven't been on here for a little minute. You know, we took a little hiatus, but we are back and we're excited to be back to just talk about all things that's going on. So grab your favorite drink and just wind down and chill with us. And if you don't know, if you don't remember, I'm Daphne, and this is my co-host DiCaprio. So you guys, if you're watching my videos, you've heard my voice, so now you get to see my face. So I am I'm the one behind all the videos for Worldwide Media 101 TV. So I am Worldwide Media 101 TV. So thank you. Welcome.
Yeah,
so let's get into it. We'll just jump straight in. So for hot topics, we like to start with a hot topic. I'm pretty
Actually,
sure
hold on though. Wait a minute. I said, hold on though. What
you
been up
to? Right in?
I'm just saying, what you been up to? You know, it's been a minute. You know, we've been away for a while.
Okay, so
what
then
you been working on?
We
won't, because I just want to make sure. You know, maybe I had to give people a little time. But what you been up to? How you been?
Okay,
How you feeling? How's the family?
Good. Stuff. Everybody's good. You know, took a little hiatus. Had to, you know, sometimes you have to take that mental break and, you know, check on you, make sure you're good. And so, you know, that's what I was doing, and that's why, you know, I hadn't been doing the Worldwide Media Wind Down sessions, but you know, I'm back, and you know, you gotta take a break to check on you, because if you don't do it, who's gonna do it, right?
You definitely got to check on you. This is true. This is absolutely true.
If you're not good, you know, nobody's good. And so I often say that it starts in your head and then it carries down. So if your mental is not on point, then, you know, everything else tends to go downhill. But as for me, you know, I'm still in these trenches, still out here in these YouTube streets, you know.
Definitely still in these.
Still out here in these YouTube streets. How about you? What's good with you?
Man, nothing. Just, you know, still working at, you know, doing the job thing and the father thing, and you know, just looking forward to, you know, whatever the future brings, and you know, just slow. You know, I honestly, this election just got me just wanting to put money away and save more money, and kind of see, you know, got plans, but just want to see, just probably want to hold out until the beginning of the year. Yeah. So just really going to work, save money, putting my head down, trying to stay home, you know, a little bit more, at least to the next quarter.
Wait a minute, hold up. You said you're trying to stay home a little more?
I am trying to stay home. I think.
Oh my God. Okay, now I'm shocked.
I think I might have been in the last 2 months. I think I've been out maybe 3 times, maybe.
Oh wow.
4,
okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
So we definitely need to circle back to that sidebar, because I didn't see that coming. But yeah, I think and I heard a lot of people saying that about the election, and we will get into the election. That is one of our topics. But the hot topic for this week is the Sonya Massey tragedy.
That's just that's sad, man.
Yeah, it's really sad, and I think that, you know, as African Americans, we get it, right? And so I think oftentimes, though, there is a fear for the African American men, right? Yeah. But now, as an African American woman myself, I'm on alert.
Yeah.
You know, because you hear that, you know, it's the men and you know, the men and the African American men and boys and that kind of thing. But after what happened to Sonya Massey, I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, that could have easily been me. And
you know, this is true, man. It's crazy, man. You don't even know. I don't know, man. It's like you getting to the point where almost having a right ain't necessarily as important. It's just being there and just being quiet.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, it's not even about, you know, when you talk about the rights now, you know, you got to talk about it in court. But for me, like, I seen videos of people arguing back and forth. Oh, this is my right. Bring out your commanding officer. And I was, man, I tell my son, when he get pulled over, man, you be quiet, put your hand on the wheel, answer every question they tell you to answer. You know, so I mean, that's just, again, like, you know, unfortunately, it's like what another one. It's like, dang,
yeah,
like it's not.
And
Now,
this time it was a woman though, you
yeah,
know,
but you
and
can
I'm
say,
like, oh my goodness, you.
but I don't think it matters though. I don't.
It
I
does not matter.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it matters, dude. And this conversation, we can really use the whole, hour or so to talk about it. Like they're just not. They don't police for us as a whole. I'm not talking about all the police officers, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
as a whole, I don't think they police for us. That's the only
yeah.
point I made. I don't think they police for us. They don't.
Historically,
Yeah, historically, they don't police for us. But I think now you're getting to the point where. Um, we're gonna have to find another way. Like it's gonna start behooving us just to be a part of our community, being a part of the elections, and just community, like local stuff, like
yeah,
getting down there, showing your face. Like my dad is a huge advocate, in his city, and he's down there, and then when they're voting on things, like people know him, they know him by name. Whenever he's out in the city, the police officers know him, and I just think that's like probably the first step at trying to normalize, just being like black in America, really, especially in some of these cities. Because I don't know, I've seen a video and I just looked at it time and time again. The mere fact that the police officer didn't have his body cam on should let you know what type of
time he
what
was
type of
on.
yeah, you ought to know. The fact that somebody else body cam caught it lets me know, damn near let me know everything I needed to know about the situation. So,
Yeah, yeah. And
um,
then she asked, because I'm like, okay, I could have, as a woman, right? Well, man, woman, whatever. And I'm not gonna say this because I'm a woman, but
mhm.
I can clearly see people having something on the stove. You go get it. You're like, okay, wait a minute. You're not. You're trying to pay attention to what it is that you call the police officers to your home for, and so you're like, well, I have this pot on the stove. Let me go get it. Whatever the case may be, that can easily happen. Easily
So, but
happen.
what? But I don't understand. Like, I don't. She called them because she was afraid. So she called. She did right. She called
Right.
them. You there to protect and serve. I'm not understanding like what, like he
How did she
feared
become the
for his.
threat?
Yeah, like she was fearing for. And you see these videos where you see, I'll just say, non-black people getting pulled over and jerking out of the police hand. I've seen one yielding a knife, and the police officer is still having a conversation
Yes.
with this person. It's just like, man, when would it end? So, ultimately, right out the gate, they just see us as a threat, man. It doesn't matter. Black man, woman, child, any of us, we're a threat. That's just the way we're portrayed. It's propaganda, and that's just the way they look at us, man. And it doesn't, you play on some fears that a lot of them have, and I get it. You whatever the case is, I don't know. It's so many things that go around this. People,
Yeah.
you have. I mean, in every profession, you have people that
Are
they're
corrupt.
just, yeah, they're corrupt,
Yeah.
and then they're functioning alcoholics, functioning, coke heads, or
Yeah.
whatever they are. And so, anybody can have a bad day. I get it, but you just get tired of seeing it, man. You don't really even know how to. You get tired of seeing it, and you would think that, it seems like, from what I've seen and what I have, read, that they did, have a fast corrective action, and they got rid of the young man, and I think he's even arrested now, if I'm not mistaken. They arrested him,
Yeah.
brought him up on charge. So I am at least happy about that part,
Right.
but it's still it's still just a situation that shouldn't have happened, though. So I am glad that he wasn't, laid off of pay, which typically typically
Oh
that's what
God.
happens.
Yeah.
Typically that's just a slap in the face, man. So, but it,
Absolutely.
it does look like, the powers that be are trying to take the necessary precautions for whatever reason, and you really don't know what the reason are. At the end of the day, they probably still don't care, but they may just be trying to stop, a riot, or stop from getting their city burned down. You really never know, man. Like you never know. It never really seems genuine.
Yeah.
It just seems like there's a problem, and everybody wants to wipe their hands, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
And so, um,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
agree.
happening all the time, and I hate that it's not a genuine remorse and more so of we better do this because of the repercussions that may happen.
Yeah.
And that's just what it seems like. So I don't know.
And
I feel sorry for the young lady and her family, and um,
absolutely. I will say though, not that I wasn't on alert. I was on alert because I have a black son, right?
mhm,
So I knew that the threat of for my black son was always there when it comes to the judicial system and the police,
mhm,
right? But now I'm heightened. My alert is now for me as an African American woman. And that's why I
mhm.
said, "Oh my God, you hear more stories of the men and not the women." And I will go on the record of saying I don't know that I would call 911.
Yeah,
I think that I would take matters into my own hand and I may call them later, but I don't think that I would. My first instinct is not to pick up the phone and call 911 to come protect me. That's not what my first instinct is. My first instinct is to
yeah,
take care of the threat myself and then call 911. And then even if you call in 911 after the fact, who's to say that this is not gonna, happen to me? So I'm calling you,
yeah,
what do you say? Alleviated the threat or mitigated the threat or whatever the case may be. And now I'm coming and saying, hey, this person did this person did that. And then you
yeah,
make me the threat. And now I'm dead. Or I just
yeah.
died.
Yeah. I mean, you just said a mouthful. You just said a mouthful of everything. The mere fact that you're a woman and this is the type of situation, and your first thought ain't even to call the police. Like that already says a lot
No.
right there. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how. I mean, it's getting to that point where you don't really even understand. I don't know what threat this young lady posed to. How many police officers was it? Three.
It
It
was
was like,
two police officers,
yeah,
and they said she had a pot of hot water.
yeah, but
Um,
I don't understand what that. And
yeah,
she clearly was afraid. I mean, you see her kind of like, you know, as she probably would. Like, I call you, I'm already afraid, and then you pull a gun.
yeah,
It's I don't I hate stuff like that, and I hate that. I hate it for a lot of reasons because, for one, I hate that it happened. Number
yeah.
one, and then I hate how it's sold to us, how it's portrayed. Um,
House packaged,
yeah, how it's packaged to
loaded
us.
up. Yeah,
I hate how the media packages to us.
yeah,
Um, because it's a lot of different variables that could have went on, and you
yeah.
don't see everything, but
You don't.
I just don't know how that happens, man. And I get it. You want to. I don't know, man. It's tough, man. It's tough to keep dealing with it and keep saying it because
It is.
every time it happens, it's like that's your
Um,
mother, your sister, your brother, your father, your cousin.
we can
You relive it.
identify. We
Yeah, you can
identify with
identify
whoever it
every
is.
time something happens. It's like it's reliving Emmett Till just all over again
Oh
because
my God. Yeah,
you know how
yeah,
bad it could really get, and
yeah,
you're not there. So
yeah.
this he
And
said, she said, it's
that's
it's, it's
sad.
tough, man. Yeah, it is.
I know.
It's tough.
So they said that she, according to the video that was released on July the 22nd, it showed that inside of her home, she moved the pan of hot water from the stove, and
Yeah,
Grayson, who was the deputy deputy, excuse me, who they said that he apparently feared that she would throw it at him. And so he fired three times, striking her once in the face. And despite having other non lethal options, and also now they said that he pled not guilty.
I just don't even understand, dude. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand. I
But
don't.
he said he would shoot her in the face, right?
Nah,
Didn't he
he
say
said
that?
did he say that? Is that what he
Yeah, on
said?
the video he said he
Okay.
would shoot her in the face, and that's
Yeah,
that's what he did. So
yeah.
you know what I mean? So And then I don't get the whole not guilty though.
So is this guy like watch too many like Tyler Perry movies or something? Like why would he think? Why would
I
he
know he's
think she?
watching Tyler Perry.
Yeah, like, do you think she was about to boil some grits or something? Like, what? I don't. What did she think? I'm trying to understand what the danger was. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. I've never.
So
I
let's
don't know.
see, a pan of hot water, gun. Yeah, that's a fair fight, right? That's a fair fight. You can see. So it's
Uh,
just I
if
think
they were
that
to me if they were that um afraid, because you got you to me, if I come out, if I even sense that I'm afraid, I'm telling her not to move. No, I'll go get the water.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Now you have a seat.
you stay sitting down,
Yeah,
back
just like
down.
when you get pulled over and they say whatever, lay on your stomach, let me see your hands, like de-escalate the situation. But
Right,
you saying,
right.
hey, go get that water, and then she grabs it, and then
And then you shoot her.
if you were in fear or felt that there was something endangering to you or your fellow comrades or whatever, I wouldn't have let her go get the water. Like,
No,
that's stupid. That's just like,
no,
because I get water and I get there's a knife in the kitchen, all that stuff, but
absolutely.
I don't. Yeah, that one ain't making sense to me.
No.
I hate that for her and her family because that don't
And
make
I
sense.
thought about that too. I'm thinking, and now they did say that she had a mental illness, and so we do.
I
I know a
was
lot of people with mental illnesses, so I do. I get that. I get that. They're kind of all over the place, unpredictable, and that. So I do get that part of it. But to your point, if you know that that's the case, well, they didn't know that was the case, right? But if you knew that you were afraid that she may do something, or you suspected she had a mental illness, or whatever the case may be, then you do everything within your power to de-escalate the situation, which would be having her sit down, having the other police officer watch her, and then you go to the stove and turn it off or whatever.
yeah.
There were
And
just other ways that could have been handled.
I think there's other ways it can be handled, and of course, people are gonna say, "Oh, you wasn't in that situation," and that's fine. And um, he's trained to kill for the most part. Like, that's they're shooting in a gun range. They're pretty sure they're around more guns and more violence than the average person.
Yeah,
And 9 times out of 10, I get that. I get all those scenarios, but I feel like I can spend. I manage people, for a living, and it doesn't take me long to realize this person ain't dealing with a full deck. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? And but I'm at work. I never in danger, I should say, but I do. I pick up real fast that this person doesn't comprehend like a person that I would consider normal. You know what I'm saying? So I
right.
get that. I get that this is
When the
yeah, but
elevator will go all the way up.
yeah, and it's like you looking at these people all the time. You should be trained enough at this point to be like, okay, this person called us, but I can see there is some mental,
Yeah,
instability. And what's crazy, because when I seen it, when I seen her house, the inside of her house, that
yeah,
it clicked. That's all it took for me. I
yeah.
said, this young lady is probably dealing with some mental issues.
Depression, some
Yeah,
other
something.
stuff.
It
Yeah,
jumped out right
disorder.
away, and I wasn't there. And of
Yeah,
course, obviously, I'm looking at it on the video. I'm not there. I can sit back and judge, watch the video 5, 6 times. But that's the first thing that jumped out was I thought, damn, her house junky. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Who do you even think is breaking in this to do what? You know what I mean? So, but man, I
What?
just hate it, man. Yeah, and I was, what are they doing? What are they about to bring in here to do? Clean it?
You know what?
I'm just saying, like, you
But
got to just pick
even
up.
though that's funny, but it's true.
It's true.
And
Yeah,
I would have been thinking the same thing. Like they'd have to find it first, right? But again,
yeah,
it goes back to training, and maybe they need more training than what they receive. Not I don't know in this case if that would have helped, because they say that this same young man was released from 4 other police forces.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just Donald. Hey,
yeah,
hold on. I forgot to plug this up, but that makes no sense at all. Like
yeah.
those are those
So
are those are the opportunities that you get over and over again. That's like Donald Trump at his best, dude. Like you just gonna be a straight felon and just keep running
yeah,
and
so he
trying to get the highest office in the country.
yeah, so
Um,
he ended up. They said he was released 4 times, from I think it was from other police stations. So yeah, so that tells us what we need to know. But then
that
how did
just
he even get a job?
again, like because it's probably always been a situation where he disagreed and they probably said, okay, we go. That's why I said I'm glad they actually convicting the guy this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they're not letting him off. So,
right,
but
right.
yeah, I don't
I agree. I think
yeah,
you,
that sucks.
but yeah, I'm like, okay, what is really going on, right? Um,
Yeah.
but I will say, so that's the Sonya Massey. Now, I will say again, I don't think that I would be. I'm not. My first instinct is not going to be to call the police. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just not. That I don't. Something happens here. It's gonna be the wild wild west, and then what I'm saying, and then I'll worry about, oh crap, what just happened later. But
Yeah.
my first, and that's sad because that you should be. There used to be a time when I would say, okay, call the police, but now that's not even on my radar. Like I'd rather just thug it out and take matters into my own hands as opposed to calling the police now, especially after seeing what happened to Sonya Massey. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's
I'm good
just
on
I
that.
don't know. I don't understand, man.
Yeah.
You getting light over there?
I am getting lighter. Don't you see that?
I'm like, hey, look at you. You
Oh
getting
my
light
goodness, I
skin.
think you jinxed me. I don't know what's
What did I
going on over
do?
here.
No,
I
you
think
still
you
good.
jinxed.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I think you jinxed me. Like,
I didn't.
I'm sitting here
I
like,
just.
wait a minute. Like,
No,
what is going on?
I forgot to plug up my computer, so I was like,
I have
"Hey,
no earthly idea what's going on over here on this end.
oh, you at least you fixed it. My computer's about to cut off. We just discombobulated, but we professional. We professional. We
That's
good. Yeah,
right. That's right.
yeah,
We're gonna fix it. But
yeah.
which brings me to Joe. The next hot topic is Joe Biden handing the torch uh to Kamala Harris. What do you think about that? Do you think that what are your thoughts on why he did it? I'll say that. What do you think about that?
Um, man, just being around, older people and just hearing them talk and hearing them deviate and just he just didn't look good, dude. He didn't look good. He just didn't look good. They know that there is no confidence. Even the people that are probably die-hard Democrats knew that they weren't confident in his abilities to do his job, because he wasn't the same Uncle Joe. So
Yeah.
he had to do something, man. And it looks like not so much, it looked like his health is ailing, but more so his mental capacity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like something specific. And I just don't think that I mean, Trump was going to tear him up with that.
It
Yeah.
was.
Cause he a bully. He ain't feeling sorry for nobody.
It wasn't.
He
No.
ain't feeling sorry for you. So, they had to be taken seriously. They had to react fast and they can play on the fact that Kamala was a woman and she can galvanize the base and she did, which I don't think they didn't choose her yet, right? I mean, she still has to get the nominee, which I'm pretty sure she will because I don't know nobody else that could get it. Ain't like Michelle coming back, so it's like she gonna get it, and
And
I think
Oprah
she
isn't throwing her hat in the ring either.
yeah.
So,
So
you know,
I think she has potential to, like I said, galvanize the troops and he had no. I don't think he had any other choice, man. It's getting crunch time. He did it early enough to where I mean, she already raised like what, like 50 million or
Oh,
some crazy
she
number.
raised an astronomical amount of money.
Yeah, like in days. So
Yeah.
um, it looks like it's the right. It was the right play, and Joe is just. I don't even know if he should have ran last time. I thought he was. I don't even. Yeah.
He
So
didn't.
yeah, he
But
shouldn't have. So
I think I like that you said the word play. So I think that he knew the handwriting was on the wall. He knew he was not gonna beat Trump.
yeah,
And so he had to that was a Hail Mary.
that
What
was
can
it.
I
Yeah.
do? He saw the way it was trending. He was definitely the underdog. And so now what can I do to help me in the polls? And I think that it was him endorsing her was a last ditch effort, on behalf of him and probably even the Democratic Party.
Yeah, it was because if you look at it, like the things. Don't get me wrong. So the way I look at politics, I look at people and who they portray to be. I
Right.
do. And then you have the actual job that they do. And I hear it all the time at work. People are like, hey man, I like this guy as a person, but he is just extremely lazy at work.
Yeah.
Like I could sit and have a conversation, we can get along, we can go out for drinks, whatever, but he does not do his job. Like I
Right.
hate that he doesn't do his job. And so I think that the part of Uncle Joe that just his swag, those smart comments, his ability to say the things that he shouldn't say and get away with it, like that, those parts of him that people liked him for, he
Right.
just he that was lost.
Right.
So his swag, like Obama had the calm, he's smooth, he eloquent, he can speak,
Yeah.
he can say the right word the right way, and then Uncle Joe over his shoulder spewing out, something that he shouldn't have said in the way he shouldn't have said it, and then Obama kind of cleaning up the trash, but now he didn't. Yeah. So, but now he lost that part of him that because people look at Trump and it's like, bro, his ability to just do and say some of the stuff it's intriguing. I'm sorry, I don't. It's intriguing. He gets to talking and he China virus and cricket Hillary, like that's funny, bro. Like he comes up with that stuff and you just like, this dude's hilarious. Let me just see what he's getting ready to say. So Trump didn't lose that part of him that made
That
that
made him Trump.
yeah, that makes him
Yeah.
be like, this is the same dude I'm from The Apprentice, but
Right. And I love
Joe,
The Apprentice. That's when I
yeah,
first
I loved
started
it too. Yeah,
watching Donald Trump was on The
yeah,
Apprentice. And
was on
so,
Apprentice. Yeah,
I was a fan of his from The Apprentice because he was like cutthroat, like you're fired.
yeah, he was.
He
You
didn't he'll
fired,
be
bro.
hee ha ha, you fired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
So
like, hey, you did what, man? Beat it. You know what I'm saying? You just like, dang, So, but I think Uncle Joe,
it was time to go.
he went from Uncle Joe to Paw, whatever. That's what he. Yeah, he went from Uncle Joe to Paw, and it's like, bro,
He
nobody wants
did.
to. I
He
always tell
did.
people, dude, there's two things you should never put on the internet: is old people and food. They both look terrible, no matter how you dress it up. Unless you in Hell's Kitchen, your food looks nasty. It may be good, but you got this macaroni and cheese and salmon and lobster on this paper plate with these. Like, come on, man, just stop it. Just stop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
even when I see people meal prepping, it's like your bowls look dirty. Just leave it alone. Like you taking a picture of Meemaw and she turning 98 in the hospital and her fingers is doing one of these numbers. Let's just stop it. Let these
Yeah.
people grow old by themselves,
Yeah.
And so Joe just he turned
It
into
was time
Papa.
for Joe to go.
It was
And
time for him. It
I
was time
think
for him.
that yeah, Joe ran his course, but I think that he knew Trump was gonna beat him. And
Joe was going to devour him, bro. He really
he
was.
was gonna tear his up in the polls.
Yeah, he was because he
Yeah.
wasn't going. Trump smelled blood and he was turning up his shark volume as loud as he
Yeah.
could go.
Yeah.
He was turning it up.
They're not that many years apart though, are they?
That's the thing. That's why I'm like, the age to a certain extent, but you see healthy older people.
Yeah,
and
you
he
do.
just didn't seem. I have no problem with this man's age. I really don't,
No.
because typically the presidents are older. I mean, they spend a lot of time like in the Senate. You go
But I'm
off to
glad you
war.
said that, though.
Yeah,
I
they are
think there
older.
should be a cap. Do you think now? I think that there should be a cap on the age that a person can run for president because
Yeah,
there is. We have to retire. The retirement age is what, 65, whatever,
yeah,
whatever. I
yeah,
think it should be the same way for president.
yeah. I
Whatever that
think,
retirement age is,
yeah.
if you have made the presidential seat by then you know what? Too bad.
I agree. Definitely, at least on the presidential side, I agree. Now, if you want to run for vice, whatever, but I think you president, you need to. This like a sweet spot. You like that 45 to 50 to like 55, almost 60 is your sweet spot.
Yeah.
Like you getting in there that late where you 65 and 66 and you about to do 4 years. Like I don't think that's cool,
Yeah.
man. I think
I
nah, I
think
don't.
the
I
cutoff
agree with you.
should
I
be
never.
65.
Yeah, I think I've never. I until you said something, I never even thought about it. But I agree. I think
Yeah.
there needs to be a cutoff, bro. You too old. You can find something else to do. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, um,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
yeah.
then
But I
you got
mean, he's still gonna go down in history. He was vice president. He was president. I mean, you ain't gonna take nothing from him.
no, you're
Again.
not gonna take from
This
it
is
either
just me
way.
speaking. I'm speaking to the audience about him as what I see of him as he operates. And same with
Absolutely.
Obama. I thought he was slick. When you look at some of the bills and stuff he passed and some of the things he did, I get it. You probably a lot of black people could be mad, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But from just a personality side, dude, I always thought he was funny. I always thought he had swag, but that piece of him, it just doesn't seem like it's there.
No,
Doesn't
no. And
seem
I
like
think
it's
it
there.
was
So
time. It was time to
yeah, it
pass
was
the
time.
torch.
Yeah.
Now I will say that Kamala is giving Trump a run for his money. Now I don't know that she's a better sparring partner in the ring, right? Because Trump is
He got it, man.
Trump
I
is
don't care what
Trump.
nobody said.
Trump
He
gives zero F's. Like
listen.
he don't care. So I don't think she is a good sparring partner for him in the ring.
Yeah,
However, it seems like she's able to do like what you said. She's got the fraternities, the sororities backing her now. She has, she was able. She got a lot of women, of different races backing her, and she also was able to raise a lot of money in a short period of time. So I do think that that she is doing what she's doing, but I mean, in a bare knuckle drag out whatever with Trump, she ain't about that life.
no,
Uh,
he's not. He ain't gonna let her be. I mean, he's just because um, in his mind, she's beneath him, no matter what she has,
yeah,
no matter what she has and or done. That just seemed like that's just his mentality when it comes to business.
it is.
When it comes to his relationships, like he's just that guy that he seems like he has that type of swag where when he shows up, everybody else is peasants, roll out the red carpet, drop flowers for me. Like he seems like he's the way he's going, talk to her and debate her is he just has that mind where, dude, y'all ought to be thankful I came. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that's just
yeah.
the way he is. So I don't see he's not gonna let up.
No,
Um, he very
no,
much wants to be the Trump, the Donald, and that's just his swag. And I don't.
it
She
is.
ain't gonna change that. She's gonna have to come up with some good stuff, and I think people will just fall in love with her. That's the only thing she really gonna have going for her. People would fall, like you said, the sororities, AKs, the women, and it hurt. It hurts because it's like, and I hate saying this. I ain't even
But you
gonna say
gonna
it.
say it anyway.
I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. No, I ain't gonna
What
say it.
what is it?
I just think she is not going to do anything for black women. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me that she will. You cannot convince me that she's gonna do anything for black. And I like I said, she gonna galvanize the base. She gonna give Trump a run for his money. And if she wins, I just don't see I don't think it's gonna be what people think it's gonna be.
I don't
That's
think
all
so.
I'm saying.
I don't
I
think
don't,
so either. Because you
and
still
I hate
got
to
to
be
pass
negative like
stuff.
that.
Stuff has to
Yeah,
pass the Senate, the House, the yeah. I don't think so either.
yeah,
Because it was the same thing when Obama got in.
yeah,
A lot of African Americans were upset because Obama didn't do this and he didn't do that. Well, he could put it out there, but it still has to pass
yeah.
through the
And there,
Senate, the
and,
the House, Congress, all of that.
and let's just be honest, man. It's just it's embarrassing, but you have to. You almost damn near gotta carry yourself like you're a visitor. Like these, like there's rights, but they ain't necessarily yours. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Yeah.
things that can happen that's not necessarily yours, and so you start to understand that people ain't for you. And I hate to say, I mean, you got to pay attention because
Mhm.
it's our God given right to pay attention. We're here. You know,
Yeah.
we got families here. We got moms, dads, kids. So you have to be aware. But at the back of your mind, you're like, dude, this really ain't my country. You know. So, but you know, you go to the meetings and you fight and you say what you have to say. But and we get wins here and there, and we do. I think we get wins here and there. But even our wins aren't the same. Like we don't
No,
even
and
win this.
they're small
They're
wins,
small and they don't even
and they're far in between too.
they're small and they're more emotional than concrete.
Oh yeah,
They're more emotional win than concrete. So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
we get happy with the the Obamas and the Clarence Thomases and all that, but they're just more just
Clarence
emotional.
who?
Clarence Thomas, those people and the I'm just saying like when he won every
Oh well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
when he was appointed, like, but most of it is emotional because it never really translate into something concrete,
Right.
and
Something
I
tangible.
don't want to come off as disrespecting our leaders, but and I'm pretty sure their hands are tied. This is
Yeah, yeah. Their hands
they're
are
in a
tied.
race with no legs. Yeah, they're in a race with no legs, man. And so yeah, no, they are. They put on their
That's
$2,000
true
suits
though.
and show up
That's
with
true.
their wives, and they look cute, take pictures, and shake some hands, and I
Yeah.
think deep down they probably
Kiss
really
some
do want to do
babies.
some good. Yeah, kiss some babies, but
Yeah.
and like I say, deep down, I think they really want to do some good. But when somebody waving, 10, 15 million in your face, and you got 10 people waving 10, 50, you like, man, it's 100 grand, man, dude. But yeah, cut the check home. And so I get that's why I would never run in politics. I'm taking the bread. I already know. I'm taking it, man.
Well,
It
we
ain't even got.
know never to vote for
Listen,
you then,
you
because you
heard
don't.
it on. Y'all can come back if I ever run for president or mayor or anything. They can say we got DiCaprio on tape saying he can be bought. You absolutely do. You absolutely do. You can buy me. Yes, you can. Show me that. Show me that mean green, man. See, you can definitely buy me. Come on. I got 5 kids and 3 baby moms. You can buy me. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can real quick.
But I will say that this is the blackest I've
Yeah.
seen Kamala be. Where did all this blackness come from all of a sudden?
She trying to win. That's what's about to irritate me because she's about to let you guys down. She's about to let you guys down. She is. She about to
She
let you guys
said
down.
last
So,
night, she was in Atlanta, and she said that Donald Trump doesn't do what her friend, like her friend Quavo says, walk it like he talk it. I said, what this is the I mean, I was like, oh, okay, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
somebody made a point. I forgot who I was listening to, but he was saying that there's 10 million more women either registered to vote or actually votes versus men.
Oh wow.
10 million. So I forgot I was listening to, and obviously I don't know the accuracy, but we do know it's a gang of Negroes in prison. So we know they ain't voting. You know what I'm saying? We know them. We know they ain't voting. So, but and so that's an interesting point considering that
Yeah.
you know presidential elections have been decided within like 2-3 million votes. So she was able to capitalize. those 10 or even come close. I mean, she's got a good shot,
That
man.
she
And
got a good shot. But here's what I
I,
will say, and I know I may get some backlash from women, but I just, I gotta say it, right? Um, I've always heard people say that women rule from emotion, right? And so I'm like, so they were like, well, we don't really want a female president because it could be that time of the month, it could be whatever, whatever. And she's gonna rule from emotion, and you're running a country from emotions, from an emotional standpoint. And I will say, as a woman, I get that.
yeah,
I get that, and I can also see that. You know?
I I think that I understand that, and I think that it's very true. Even and it's funny. I was just having a conversation with my friend before I got on, and she was talking about that. Oh, men always say women lead with emotion, but we're logical. And I say, yeah, you guys are logical, but even in your logic is sometimes based in emotion. Like
It is.
even though it's making sense, it's still an emotional side of it.
Yeah.
But the thing that I love, about women and leadership is that um, you guys talk to too many people. So you guys consult everybody. So at very minimum, she's gonna be emotional, but it's gonna really be the people around her. She's gonna have a panel of people, and women typically do that. Y'all bounce stuff off of all 15 of y'all friends. Well, he has said, and what do you think? Oh, I just got on the phone with my sister. I just talked to my mother. I was talking to my coworker. Like y'all will tell, y'all don't want to repeat nothing to us. I shouldn't have to keep repeating myself, but y'all repeat yourself to all 10 of y'all friends.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
that
true.
is one thing women do have going for them, because and anybody in leadership, that's really all you got to know. Even
Yeah.
as a man, like sometimes um, you're logical and you need some emotion, and then with
That's
women,
true.
you're emotional and you need some logic. So
Yeah.
it's
So
gonna
it
be
needs to
it's
be a
gonna
good
be her
balance.
team. Yeah, he's gonna be her team and her party, and people are feeding her the information, and her having the ability to make the right decision.
Right.
And it's any really the men either. I mean, I know Uncle Joe wasn't making all the decisions by himself.
Right.
So
That's true.
any
That's
type of
fair.
leadership, position, even though I agree the emotional side, but they you need a panel. I mean, it's just a country.
You
What I
do.
mean? Like people even running churches got a panel. You run a
You do
church, you
need a
got
panel. Yeah.
any organization, you're gonna need a panel. So
Yeah.
she just
Yeah.
so for me, as long as it's not an all women, all woman panel, I think she'd be all right. So, but yeah,
You know what? Um, now, since we were talking about Donald Trump, now I want to see what you think about this. A lot of people were saying that the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was staged. How you feel? How do you feel about that? What do you think?
um, it was definitely staged, in my opinion. It was definitely staged.
You
it was.
think it
It
was
was.
staged?
I think it was staged in the fact that typically shooters don't miss. For one, they don't miss. Um, Secondly, the type of I feel like the type of maybe um, the pinpoint accuracy that this kid would have had to have from where he was, he had to be shooting all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like he just looks like I feel like that's sometimes unless you're there shooting 8-10 hours a day, like you got one opportunity to really put something down, and
Mhm.
he I get he was moving, but you're still like far out. I've just seen, stuff. You've seen people hit JFK like moving in a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can hit him in his head, in his throat, really quick. Like you're shooting really quick. And then also too, typically it's not just one shooter. Like when you really after somebody, like you don't leave it up to chance, because if you fail, now his security is going to be through the roof. Good luck getting another chance.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's running for president, and so And so I just don't.
You think it was
I
staged?
didn't. I think it was definitely staged. Even him being shot, like what's protocol should be to cover him, jump on him, try to, and you see all these videos, which and these videos are so I hate it. I hate the world now with these videos because you can make it be something that's not. You can make somebody be there that's not. You can have somebody's voice that wasn't there. You can create a whole. I seen a picture of the JFK assassination, and the tree in the background didn't have a trunk. It was floating in the air. And this is a black and white, uh, uh, black and white reel. And I'm just like, what is going on? So it's like, even back then,
Yeah.
you just never know what you're looking at. I don't know how true it is. I don't know
Yeah.
what really happened. And, but I just don't think, it just didn't strike me as something genuine. And, I
Now,
definitely
I don't.
don't think the little kid put the trigger. I don't think he put it.
I think now I do agree with the young guy and how what it would take for him to get that as accurate as he would as he they say he got, right.
Yeah.
Um my son is a shooter, and when I say he's on it, he's good. He's on it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's at the shooting ring. He shooting range, excuse me. He has that thing way
Way,
back,
way, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
hitting it dead center. With an AR.
Right.
So yeah, so but again, I mean, he's at the gun range a lot, so it does take a lot to get that kind of accuracy.
It takes a
Um,
lot.
it does, and that's also another reason why I said it'll be the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know somebody that knows somebody, but but yeah. So I think that I don't think it was staged. I will say I don't think it was staged. Um, only what I would hate. Let me say it this way: I would hate to think that it was staged and that innocent bystanders were put into that type of predicament, right? Um,
This,
so I'm going to go on the record of saying I would hate to think that it was staged.
you don't, you, yeah, I would hate to think that it was staged too. I would hate to think how we live in a country where we're killing our presidents, and shooting at them and,
Yeah,
and trying to assassinate them. Like, I don't, I just I feel like it's, if somebody wasn't doing their job, if it wasn't staged, then he needs to fire everybody that works for him.
absolutely. Yeah,
He's fired because all of you guys are on rooftops.
yeah.
Like, how do you not see that? And I seen a video where somebody was saying, "Hey, there's a guy up there, and this is dude was just really shimmying." And again, these videos, you can't. I don't know. You can't
Right.
nowadays.
You
You don't
can't.
know.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
tell. But and so even disregarding that, I just like, you when there's presidents in the building, and they usually have a barricade that are is for blocks, like literally
right,
for blocks.
right.
Like everything is secure, like they're looking at everything. You got, that's a huge gun. This guy got to be walking with it on him, and you sitting on the roof. I just don't see it, man. I haven't, like I said, a lot of the videos I've seen where they could be doctored. Obviously, we're not
Yeah.
seeing the real thing. That's probably the Secret Service and all those people are seeing. Um, it just didn't look genuine, and
Yeah.
it
Well,
just
I
didn't look
take the
genuine.
stage thing back though. Could have been because now I'm thinking about Malcolm X
Yeah, yeah,
and what was going on behind that and what you know what I'm saying. So I'm like,
yeah,
So I'm gonna retract that. I'm just gonna say if it was staged, that's sad. To
yeah.
put
Because
people in that type of
you
predicament.
like, what is his background? Dude was just a
Mm,
regular kid. Of course, they're gonna say he was bullied and he was whatever, and just everything. Even that, like, I don't even. The thing about all of this news is like you can't even. How much of it can you take seriously? Because you really
yeah,
don't know what's happening.
you
Like,
don't.
they're painting a narrative, and if you're not careful, the way that the person talking, you'll start feeling the way they feel.
You will.
And until you can start questioning yourself, and I just don't see it, man. I look at these kids today, man, and pardon my French, but they're weak, they lazy. Like I'm saying, he would have to have been shooting for years upon years. Like he would have to have been
You
a
had
part
to
of some
start
club.
early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you figure even when people like these young kids, even being in ROTC in high school, you join the Marines, you join the like they're not even like top tier snipers until they're like mid to late 20s. Like it's not. So you mean to tell me this little kid, and you hitting the tip of somebody's ear, somebody that was trained hit that ear. That was somebody trained that hit that ear.
Yeah.
So
I agree
and
with
then
that.
and then you hit the ear with so much accuracy, and then now you veer off way, 3 feet to the left and hit somebody way behind them somewhere.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah, I
talking about
agree
the
with
innocent body, so it just again, like you said, you hope it's not staged, but it just don't seem right. It just don't.
that. A lot of people were
None of it,
saying that.
none of it does anymore though. None of
Yeah,
it does. None of
it
it.
really doesn't. You don't know
It really
what to
does.
believe. If you weren't there to, well, sometimes you got to still question what you saw,
Yeah,
even if you were there.
yeah. These
What you saw
people,
with your own eyes.
man, these people are professional. Like they're
They are
professional,
absolutely.
and
So
they.
you, um, the next topic was sports related. Sports news.
What we
Are
talking about?
you watching any of the Olympics? Are you into the Olympics, the 2024
I
Olympics
want to,
at
I
all?
want to, but I just been working like crazy,
Yeah.
and I just haven't had a chance. I've seen that we only got like 4 gold medals. Japan and China is spanking everybody in the gold. So I did see that we got four, and I think Japan and China. Last I looked, had like 9 or 10 apiece. So um, they're winning, a lot. We're not really. We got a whole lot of silver. I think we got like 12 silver.
Oh, I need to go and
Yeah, I
I
think
need
we
to
got like
go and check.
yeah. Last I
I'm a
looked, I think we got 12
huge
silver.
track and field person.
Yeah,
So I've been mainly watching track and field. I don't know what everybody else is doing. But I think that we do have we got some heavy hitters in the track and field that can bring up the gold. We got
yeah, yeah.
Noah Lau, Shakari Richardson.
Uh,
I mean, we got some heavy hitters that can get in there. Sydney McLaughlin Lavroni now. She just
yeah,
got married. So we got some heavy hitters that I think that they can pick it up for us in the goal. And I also think they can contend with Jamaica. So Jamaica, since Usain
yeah.
Bolt and those, I mean, and those girls, I mean, they have been just tagging and dragging in, track and field. But now we actually have some people that can kind of get with them. I'm like, it's gonna be
Man,
interesting to see what they do. They definitely ain't beating no allows. Like,
man. Okay, so side note, have you seen Usain Bolt lately?
um, and I'm a huge Usain Bolt fan. So I was
Dude got a dude got a legit beer, like he must be
no.
living good.
Oh, when
Dude
I was
is.
in
I can tell you
Jamaica.
one thing. He done running. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, he said
he,
yeah,
he done. He done running. That dude looked
he
like
good and done.
he looked like he gained about 25 pounds just in his stomach area. He eating good. He eating chicken. He eating all kind of deer and horse, and he got to be drinking like 6 beers a day. Like he said, I'm done working out. I'm done with the gym. I'm done
He
with all
said
that.
he
So
done with all that.
yeah, dude
Now
looks
he
fit.
did say they did an interview and he said that had he known how late or later people are running, he would have stayed in the game a little longer. So I
Yeah,
was like, oh wow. I mean, because nobody was beating Usain Bolt. You just
yeah.
weren't.
He was
I
flying,
went,
dude. Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't beat him. I went to Jamaica and we went past his house and he has a huge house. So yeah, he eating good.
Yeah.
He probably eating good.
Oh, I know he eating
Um
good. He got to be. He got to be.
his face was fatter, but
Man,
he
he
was
looked
doing the
thick.
interview, so I only saw from like the neck up. And I thought his face was fatter, but
It was from the neck up for a reason. It was from the neck up for a reason, bro. And my mother said my face got fat, but it ain't. I don't look like you saying yet.
no. And then I know you're in the gym, so that happens. Okay. Okay, good.
It's trying to come through.
Trying to come through.
It's trying
Listen,
to
I'm
come
trying to
through.
get there with you.
I got my wifey on my shirt and everything. It's
Okay.
fitting. It's
Your
fitting.
inspiration. Your inspiration and motivation, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Um, which brings us to celebrity gossip. So allegedly, Megan Thee
Uh-oh.
Stallion, so Chris Brown came out and he was doing his
Yeah,
meet and greet, and his meet and
right.
greet was like $2,500 to take a picture with him or whatever the case may be. And so allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't want Megan to take my little coins. So allegedly, they said that Megan Thee Stallion was charging people 200, was it 25,000 or 250,000? No, $20,000 to grab her booty. So, what do you think about that?
I don't even understand. Like, man. Like I don't even like. What do you? Okay, let's just say I do want a picture with Megan, which I would take a picture with Megan. I think she got
Right.
female rappers tend to just all regurgitate and all talk about the same stuff. But I do think that she did bring some new swag to hip hop,
Yeah, she did.
as well as Cardi B, because Cardi B was like killing it, and then Meg just kind of she didn't snap. I want to say she snatched it from her, but she did create her own lane. So mad
Yeah.
respect. If I
Yeah.
seen her, I can't lie. Even though I don't think she's my type, I would want a picture. I would, hey, what's up? How you doing? She's a very attractive young lady.
Yeah.
So I would be a fan. I'm not against that part of it, but
Yeah.
I don't think I would pay to take a picture with her, but I'm not like a huge fan. So let me say that first. I'm not like a huge fan, so I don't think I would take a picture with her at that amount of money. But again, I'm not a huge fan. Now she was, you know, the Black Mama Kobe, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying, to the Black Mama. If I
Yeah.
seen Kobe, even though my son is taking, if I seen Kobe and I had the bread, and he was like, bro, 10 band. I love Kobe, so I would pay it. So from a fan standpoint, I understand that standpoint, but um,
But the
the
grabbing the
whole
booty part is
yeah,
more than
nah,
just
like
a fan.
and I think even if I had done it, it'd have been something between her and I. I definitely don't think I would have been like did it in that setting. Maybe if I seen her at the club and I'm like, hey, what's
Yeah.
up? And she's like, hey, I need 20. Because how do you even pay her $25,000? First of all, like, is this cash? Are you wiring her this money? Like,
Yeah. Are you bringing it? Yeah, that's a
yeah,
good
like
point. Are you
how
bringing
does
a
that
check?
even? Yeah, like what are you even doing
Maybe
with
the
20?
money had to. Maybe they had the money had to clear before they could take the picture or something.
Yeah,
And
something,
then
dude.
she gave them like
And
a
then
yeah.
I've heard that they kind of fabricated the money part of it, but
Okay.
it, all of it though, I don't. I just think all the way around is weird. Again, though, it's different because I'm not a fan, so I'm trying to think of somebody that I would want to do it with, but
Don't know
I
anybody I'd
don't think
spend
nobody that I would do it with.
20K to take a picture
Nah,
of, like
I wouldn't, man. I would not. I
take
would.
a picture with.
Um,
For 20K, I'd
you'd
get a
be
picture
better
and
off.
Photoshop myself in.
Right. I'm thinking for 25K, like it's you got to spend the whole night with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to feel it and feel it. You know what I'm talking about?
You
But like we saying
know,
allegedly, and you hear those stories, you don't know if they're true. But I just think it's lame if he did. Even as a fan, I ain't feeling it, man. I
no.
don't even think I would want a picture like that, especially considering the BBL takeover. Like you ain't even it. Ain't, I don't know. So let me,
And
like you
we
said,
get
I don't
into
want
that
Megan.
too.
I don't want Megan to come get my coin. So allegedly, but I don't. I just don't like it's on every corner. You could have just
Yeah.
went to the strip club and paid somebody a quick 100 and did the same thing.
Uh-huh.
So but again, this is coming from somebody that's not.
Yeah.
I'm not a
I
diehard
just
fan.
don't know
Yeah,
anybody I'm willing to pay $20,000
yeah. I don't. I don't.
not to take a picture with. I just I don't.
I'm trying to give him a home. I'm trying to get a homie the benefit of the doubt because you know me. I'm like, dude, is super lame. You know, you a Mitch. Why would you spend money on? You know, but I'm trying
Well,
to
he
have a
did look a
different.
little interesting now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to have a different angle to it because you know if you a fan and you know I don't know maybe he paid $25. Maybe that was the VIP package, 25 grand. You can come backstage, meet my whole entourage, take a picture of me. Everybody grab my ass. Like who? I don't. You never know. And so you get that. Oh, I get backstage passes. Oh, this me and my three of my homies. Like you really don't know what happens.
Right.
So, but from pure face value and what it looks like, 25 grand, take a picture of you to fill on your. I just nah. I think
No.
that's lame. I wouldn't want nobody to know I did it.
No.
As soon as you get into an argument with your girl, oh you all lame, man, you had to pay her 25K. You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
It's coming out. Sorry, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
it's
So
coming.
next up, we got Lil Boosie getting indicted for the second time around. So he had they said he had the gun and it wasn't his, it was security and this, that, and the third. So he had an ankle monitor on, and he ended up beating that or whatever the case may be. He cut the ankle monitor off. He goes to Vlad TV, does an interview, and next thing you know, now the prosecutor has brought another indictment, um, and they are alleging that they are saying that he was arrested, of course, in San Diego last year, and then less than 2 weeks after the judge threw out the previous case against him, the court filing showed that they filed a new indictment. Um, yeah, so they are saying that he could face a maximum of 10 years if he's convicted. And it is the new charge is the second charge of unlawful possession while dealing with substance abuse, which I've never
Oh,
heard.
yeah, what they basically saying he was intoxicated around the gun. Now that's the way that it seems to be saying. You had the gun, okay. Now you saying it ain't yours, but you were intoxicated. You were on drugs around a firearm
Hmm.
because so
As a
um,
convicted felon.
yeah, as a convicted felon. So
Yeah.
the thing that sticks out to me the most is that um, petty people have power and they can yield it or wield it or however you want to say it any way they can, and it's federal. They do not like losing, so
Yeah.
you can't just keep showing up in their face, and it really gives me it just the more I look at it, it reminds me of OJ Simpson, man. I'm just like, they couldn't get him when they wanted him,
Yeah.
so every other thing they could get him, they tried.
They did. Yeah.
You getting them banned from restaurants, you getting them banned from country clubs, you getting them banned. Like you whether or not, like I said, whether or not you innocent and proven guilty, whether you were guilty or not, we're treating you like you're guilty.
Right.
And so and then OJ, he had got the tip on his memorabilia being stolen, which really I don't even think it was memorabilia. I think it was they were saying it was like family pictures, which I don't even know why somebody would want your family
No, they
pictures.
was. I thought they said memorabilia.
Yeah, but he had
He went
memorabilia,
to
and
go get
and
it
it
or
was
something.
and it was pictures of like his kids and stuff like that. Because
Oh,
he
okay.
ended up even saying like he knew who the guy was. They
Okay.
ended up sending him some pictures of the guy, and that's
Okay.
why he got the battery in his bag. He's like, man, this is supposed to be my friend type thing.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, so he went. According to the story, I don't even remember. It's been so long, but
Yeah.
he went, and these are supposed to be his homies. So they had personal stuff, and this was like something people helped him move or something, or they were supposed to put stuff like in the storage, or I don't, whatever the story is, and they ended up with it, and then his friends ended up with it, whatever the story go. But they're like, oh, but you was there, and they said you robbed them, and he's like, man,
Right. And he went to
I took
jail.
my stuff. You know what I mean? And and
Right.
and and it was
Right.
crazy because it was his stuff, you know, and so,
Right. So
but
he
they
went to
got him.
jail for his stuff.
Yeah, he went to jail for his stuff. So even all of the stuff that they wanted to get him on, they couldn't get him, and that's just how I feel about Boot. Like, bro, you beat it. It ain't time to,
Let
bro.
it go.
Yeah, it ain't time to go out and be, taking a whole party out to Disneyland or
Yeah. Why you
Barbados,
doing
whatever
the
you're doing.
interview?
You cut, yeah, you
He
cutting
doing
your,
the
you
interview
cutting your,
basically taunting the
yeah,
prosecutor.
man, you can't do it. And but what's crazy about the interview is that Boosie said, like, first of all, I'm not a real big fan. I feel like this Vlad thing. I got my own opinion about him and his show, and we
Yeah.
can put a pin in that for another time.
Right.
I know we
They
going
call
long.
him the culture vulture.
Yeah, and he's but he tries to act like, oh yeah, I sent this to your lawyer before we talked, and always consult with the lawyers before. But bro, who that? I mean, just like they're gonna find a way. Like these people are trained to find a way. This is the legal system. This is,
Yeah.
the judicial system. Like this is what they get paid for. The difference between a good lawyer and a not so good lawyer is the good lawyer can look at all the laws and still find an out
Yeah.
some kind of way.
It's
And
okay.
so
Yeah.
Boosie got a great lawyer.
Yeah.
But you're going on these shows and he's asking, hey, can you talk about it? And Boosie's like, yeah, but why would you even want, like, I would be
Why
done.
would you want to talk
Why would
about
you
it?
want to be done? Like you talking about all this, you putting up all these posts, and that's the thing I don't like about social media either. I mean, I think that when you get to a certain level, like you gotta wait before you gonna say a lot of stuff, you
Yeah.
know, and it's
Yeah.
like you just gotta leave it. So you getting on there and saying, oh man, F y'all and y'all the devil, y'all some demons, y'all thought y'all had me and God made a way at, bro, they looking at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got some petty
Right.
people that they got time, bro. They got
Right.
time.
Nothing
You
but
know,
time.
nothing
They
but
don't have
time. So,
nothing but time.
nothing but time and trying to make you look bad. So I just think that sometimes you just gotta, walk away quietly, bro. Didn't he already beat like death row? Yeah, he was on death row charges. Then
Yep.
the gun,
We got out.
you,
Yeah.
he got shot right down the street over here in Oak Cliff somewhere, right after Mo 3. Got like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah. It's
what do you
time to.
want to
It's,
do?
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree
what do
with
you
that.
want to do?
I agree with
So,
that.
but I get it. You a celebrity, you still hot, but man, to me, the rappers are the ones that get plugged, they get in trouble, and they stay in the media. Even Vlad said he's like, man, he has had from his own admission over 20 rappers on his show that died. I think it
Mm.
was like 28. But I know,
Wow.
like I said, I don't want to lie on
I
it, but
wonder how many went to
he
jail.
said that. Yeah, he's like he's had over 20 some rappers that was killed. You talking about Nip and like Nipsey
Uh,
and King Von and Fulio and all these people that have been on his show that, like, dude, they didn't exist afterwards. So it's like, dude, I don't know what he's doing, and I don't know why people want to go on there. And I'm not a rapper, so I get it. I'm pretty sure it's a certain amount of ego, and you want people to know you ain't no punk bitch or whatever it is, so you ain't scared to go talk about it. But
right.
I think they've been hemming us up. They've been hemming us up in our music, what we say, what we talking about. Like sometimes you just gotta bow out gracefully, bro. Like you did your thing. Your family is in a great position to eat.
Yeah.
Like, why you still want to talk about it? Like,
I don't.
I would
Yeah.
want to be done talking about it, man. That's
No.
one thing. I was looking at something. Who was it? I forget who it was. It was a young lady, and she was sexually assaulted. And they asked her, man, I forgot who it was. It might have been Mike Tyson. Something happened. It was a celebrity that she claimed sexually assaulted her. She went on the Donahues or the whatever back in the day, and they asked her like, hey, they said, hey, you doing it for clout, or this is what do you say about people that say you just trying to? And she said, hey, I'm on this show. I'm saying this to you guys because it happened. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it. You won't hear from me again
Hmm.
as it pertains to this.
Yeah.
And far as I know, to this day, this young lady has done nothing else.
Yeah.
And that was, like I said, I think it was Tyson when he was fighting. So you talking like 20 plus years ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Tell the
sometimes you just,
story,
yeah, if you're
and
gonna
then you're saying,
tell
yeah,
it and
you're
then be
right.
done. And so I'm
Yeah,
fine with that. Her being, a young lady and feel like you got violated.
yeah,
And she told her story and walked away. And granted,
right.
this was 20
So
plus
she
years
probably
ago.
did it
When
to get her point out or point across,
yeah,
and so
but
people could hear her words, and
and not
yeah,
to take nothing from her, it was a different time, so people
right.
wasn't getting Netflix specials and book deals and stuff like that. So,
That too.
but she was a woman of her word. She said what she had to say, and like again, I don't remember the celebrity, and I think it was Mike Tyson. I hate
I
to,
think I
yeah,
vaguely remember what you're
yeah,
talking about, but I
but
think yeah.
because it wasn't Robin Givens. It was after
No, no, it
it was
wasn't.
it
And I
was
think I
after Robin.
vaguely remember
Yeah,
what you're referring to.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the young lady did get on TV, and and I don't want to blame nothing on Iron Mike, because he still got it. So I apologize if it wasn't you, Iron. You know what I'm saying? You are you all right with me, bro?
Throw that disclaimer
Yeah,
out there.
you all right with me, bro?
Um,
I ain't trying to box him. I don't care how old he is. I ain't.
I
I'm
agree.
good.
I
I'm good.
agree. So now make it make sense section of the week. So
I gotta know
Dream
what this is.
Doll,
I've been dying to know what this is. Okay.
Dream Doll, uh, who is a influencer. I don't know if she was an Instagram model or whatever. But Dream Doll says that BBLs are going out of style. Now, she said they're going out of styles and she wants to transition back to her natural body. Slim bodies are in right now. So in June of 2021, she had undergone a fourth BBL surgery. The latest one that was supposed to make her appear more natural. And so she said that recently that she just completed a hip removal and butt reduction. Hip removal and butt reduction.
I got
So
it.
um a lot of people were saying that BBLs were fads, and I'm like, of course, no, our people. So when I think of a fad, right,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of um oh, okay. So Matt says, are you talking about Desiree Washington? Um
Is that her name? Oh, you talking about that? Might have been her.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that name rings a bell. Yeah, that might have been her.
I
Yeah,
think that's
she
true,
was the
Matt.
pageant
That's
girl.
what,
Yeah, yeah, she was the
yeah.
pageant girl. I think
Yeah, I
that's
do
exactly
think
who
that
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 is.
is yeah. Desiree
Yeah,
Washington was the person. Um
yeah.
but he says that BBLs have been out for him. He like his women like he like his food.
Non-GMO, my man. You heard me?
Oh man. Gotta love Matt. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that it's really interesting though that it's very interesting. I find that with the BBLs, I often wondered what they would look like when they hit 60s and 70s, right? But
Yeah,
by them saying that they're going out of style and now they're wanting to reverse them and go back to their natural bodies, um, again, when I think of a fad, I think of clothes. I don't think
right,
of a surgery, right? An
right.
enhancement surgery. I always thought that that was something that, you would keep forever, not that you would, get something and then now it's gone or whatever the case may be. You want to reverse it. A fad to me is clothes. Like, okay, these clothes out
Yeah,
of style. A body part, is that a style?
yeah. So you got to think
Make it make
for
sense.
one. So you got to think for one. When it talks about the fad and the trend, um, it's like the diet. So to me, I think it is a fad. This is what everybody's doing now. Like this is, we're on the Atkins diet, or we Weight Watchering, or we
Ozempic.
Herbalife. Yeah, because you got to realize like it's not, it's being pushed by something, and there's always levels to appearances. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to appearances, there's always levels to it, and there's always some type of agenda when you talk about body. You look
Yeah,
at all of the Jacksons, and it's like, bro, y'all noses was way bigger than that. Like
right.
everybody, but you get in that industry, and you're very impressionable. or people will say certain things to you. So I think to a certain extent it is a fad because you can go get one. It's like I know I can do that. That's to me is what makes it like it's like people growing locks. It's like oh everybody is doing, but it's like I know I can do it, so I'm going to do it. And but I think on the West Coast, if you look at people, a lot of the hotter states like West Coast, Florida, New York, people were not New York, but people that are like showing their bodies off and stuff like that. Then it's so many layers to it because it's like you got the women getting BBLs and then doing like OnlyFans and getting
Yeah.
sugar babies or
Yeah.
getting sugar daddy. So you never really know what is the foundation of it. But I think that I think they're just partied out on that sugar daddy lifestyle. They're partied out on the OnlyFans. You're getting older now. And so now it's like, oh, it's never really been, it's always been like a trophy. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's like a trophy. Like you walking down. I was in Dallas the other day, and I seen a football player, ex-football player, and I seen the young lady he was with, and I'm just like, that's just a trophy. That's something that you just you knock out for the weekend. You in town? All right, man. I'm leaving you. I'll be back. But you never. It's it never really to me. I've never looked at a girl and be like, oh man, what I'm saying, I want it because of that. She got a
Yeah.
big booty today.
Yeah.
Like so, and it's crazy because women will do all that and they try to act like it's what we want. But just like the homie said, like, bro, that's something that you want to try out. Hey, I tried out. It's cool. It was hard. I done had them. You go to strip club, they dancing on you. It's hard. It looks weird and stuff. Like it's and of course, we men, so it's like, dude, you wanna get behind it, and it does look sexy. Her backing it up on you and stuff, and he's like, all right, it does look sexy, but it's not. It ain't what it's all cracked up to
You
be,
said
and
hard.
yeah, it's all like extra hard, and it ain't even you can't even slap. You might hurt your hand, and then it's not even dude. I look at BBLs like lace fronts. To me, it's something that's
And I
is
know how
and
you feel about lace fronts.
you do know how I feel about lace fronts, and it's like it's being spearheaded. It's like it's suckering in the women because men, you could probably ask 100 men, and they probably like because I don't see it. It just if you a man like you tend to like you might have a preference, but it very if you a man's man, you might have a preference, but it's very little that you would turn down. I'll just put it like that. You might have a preference, but it's very little that you would turn down. Just a pure curiosity would be like, yeah, yeah, I want to see what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to have nothing to do with her, I think it's like just a trophy. You got her on your hand, you got her on your arm. There's older men, you know what I'm saying? They're into it. The rap industry is into it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's ever been for the everyman. It's kind of it's how like celebrities do stuff and then like the general population try to do it.
So try to, yeah. Yeah.
And I even heard that it started in the gay male community. Remember we talked about that? And I
Hmm.
was reading about like it started like a lot of the gay men that were doing drag, started the drag and the glory hole, all that stuff. Like when that started off, that it started to because as men we've always liked butts, and so when you got if you like men and then now he's got a nice behind, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it worked and then it trickled over to
To the women.
to the
And
women. So
somebody also was saying that I think it was some women that were saying that they hated that they did that they
yeah,
got a BBL because the men don't tend to take them seriously.
no, we don't. No, we don't. I don't like. I don't. Again, it's first of all, it's visual. You know what I mean? And that's what we see first is visual. And especially if I see that you fine, you beautiful, you got a nice shape, you got a nice body, and you a dimwit, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's really gonna not make me take you seriously. Now don't get me wrong, we still going to the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna get behind it because that's just what it is. But far as taking you seriously is like and and I told you before, I'm all in for a mommy makeover. I
Yeah.
get it. You know what I'm saying? Your
Yeah.
body done been through hell. Your hormones done been through hell and you want your shape back. and you're trying to get it back, and you want to go to the gym. But even women that go to the gym sometimes, depending on how much weight they lost, and not just women, people, period.
Yeah.
You got your skin all hanging off of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do need certain surgeries are necessary. They are.
Right.
Um, but the amount of women that's even dying on the table, like I was
That's what I was
uh,
thinking though too. For it to be a
yeah,
fad, the amount of women who have passed,
yeah, that's
and now you're saying
crazy,
it is a fad.
man. I think
And
I
then
think
it's
that
out of style, so you want to reverse it to get a hip removal in her. Or she got to be in her 20s, 30s. You got a hip removal and a butt reduction. I mean, I'm listen at my age. I'm like, Lord, I hope I don't have to have a hip
man
replacement.
at
You know what
all,
I'm saying?
for real, man, for real.
So I can't imagine doing it and saying, I'm doing it to reverse something that was a
Yeah,
fad.
right.
And it's yeah, but I know a lot of women have said that when men see them with BBLs, they don't take them seriously, and they tend to play with them, if you will,
Yeah,
like what I'm saying, because they feel like they did it for the attention, and
yeah.
so now they're not taking you seriously, and
No,
so
no
they've been
way.
having
It's,
issues finding serious relationships.
you gotta like. I don't understand, and I just hate the rap industry and what it stands for, what it represents. I hate that people think it's black culture because it's not. I just, I just hate it, dude. And that's what becomes of it. You got stuff like that,
Yeah,
and I don't know where it. I don't know where they got the memo. Like who was saying go do this, and
right.
so
Yeah, it
I
was
just
sad though to
I,
hear
I
that.
don't I feel bad because but they're not at the same time though they're not listening to like average men. Like I said, some of the women, they're doing the OnlyFans thing. You want to be a fitness model.
Instagram
You want to
model.
be, yeah, Instagram. So you know I don't know how much they pay. I know some of them was just getting millions of dollars a month.
Yeah, yeah,
That to me, that industry is just like going to the NBA or NFL.
hmm
You know what I mean? Like you got tons of people trying to get skills and paying for skills and going to shooting coaches, but it's only like 400 spots, and that's the same way I feel about these women. They say what are they called? Influencers and
yeah.
people that's making a serious money. Again, I feel the same way. It's like the NBA. You probably got about 400 women that's really in the millions, but
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
know a young lady that said, "Hey, I do 4,000 a month, and I only show my toes." And
yeah.
again, that is life changing to a single mom that's
hmm
raising kids by herself. So I understand what the hustle is,
Yeah.
but to go and change my body to do it is like you
And
ain't spending
then
a lick of time in the gym. You
and
just said,
these
"I'm not going."
BBLs, I mean, a lot of them, I mean,
Terrible,
the
man.
butts don't match the legs. I mean, they all everybody looks the same. At least when you're natural, you don't look exactly like the person next to you. But
Yeah.
they're all going to the same doctor, so they're all looking the same. It's one note. And it's interesting.
And just
It's
look at the credibility of like the whole industry, like, dude, the audacity. But again, I always say this, and I believe it. Like, black women are the most disrespected women on the planet. Like, you ain't even a doctor. You about to cut this woman open. You ain't even certified. And what's
right.
crazy is like the women going don't even really care. We going to DR to get the. You're not supposed to get right on the plane after that. They on the plane
No.
bent
And they
over.
coming back home. Right, right.
Yeah, right away. It's like, dude, you have no value for your life.
Yeah.
That's why the doctors doing it don't have any value for your life.
And some of them aren't even board certified.
they're not, and it's like, how do you even vet this person? How do
How?
you? And
Well,
then,
they look at the price. They knew
yeah,
somebody.
it's exactly what it is.
It was cheaper. Matt said that he also have heard a number of guys complain about the hygiene issues with
Hmm?
BBLs.
Yo,
Now,
ass.
Matt, I need you to I haven't heard about that. I definitely would love for you to chime in more on that. Wow.
Yeah, her ass smell like ass.
Well, I can see it though. I can see that because and I don't want to pick on anybody that what okay, I'm gonna say when a body part is bigger, right?
Yeah.
Like people who are I watched like my 600-pound life, right? So naturally they have issues with hygiene because it's hard for them to wash, it's hard for them to shower, it's
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
so I can
Yeah.
see that aspect. So now that he says this is kind of making sense. Maybe what they were used
Yeah.
to was smaller and they don't know how to effectively wash the larger one.
I don't even know. I think that's just a woman that smells because, like, only thing I know on women that typically, no matter what they do, that will carry an odor is normally like their piercings. When you have piercings, they tend to carry, no matter how clean you are. It is you, especially like my septum. You got women that got piercings like in their lip and on the side. Like it's an open wound. It's healing, but it ain't really healing. So you
Yeah,
do, you do have those whiffs. So what do you
yeah.
say? So the word on the street is all of a sudden you have much larger volume of who?
Derriere.
Diarrhea that you're not used working with after. That's a new one on me, but I don't. I'm not typically attracted. I like to look at them, but I don't think I've ever been with a young lady that was fake. So I can't even speak on that.
Yeah.
And that says a lot that I haven't been with a woman with a fake. Yeah, because yeah,
Well, I don't know though. Well, yeah, for you that does say a lot. I
yeah,
will.
I've never been
I
one, but
definitely thought if anybody had, it would be you. But
I don't know.
but yeah,
According to the other guy's point, I don't take him seriously. So and they
but
fun to
yeah,
look at. They're fun to
yeah,
look at, and don't get me wrong, I see them out. I'm gonna dance on you, but I'm not really.
yeah,
That's about it.
yeah. Wow, that's interesting. So moving on to make it make sense, another section. Cam Newton. So Cam Newton is up next. So
Okay,
Cam
oh
Newton
Cammy.
was in a long-term relationship with a woman. I don't even know. I don't know. I guess they've never been engaged, but he was with her for a long time. Um, and she had 4 kids by him. And she's saying that uh he left her. I wonder what happened. I never could understand because he's with a comedian now. She's on Sisters, and they just had a baby. I forget her name, but
Is it
I
like
wonder what happened.
jazz or something
Jazz,
like that?
somebody, yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
just had a baby with him. But I wonder what happened with the long term, person he was in a relationship with. And so now I know. She said he left because she wanted to be a wife. So um, but make it make sense. Now you had 4 kids. You knew you wanted to be a wife, but you had 4 kids. So after kid number one, he didn't wife you. Kid number two, he didn't wife you. Number three, he didn't wife you. Number four, now you 4 kids in. And I mean, so at what point did it register in your head that this man is not going to marry you? And so I don't, Jasmine Brown. Jasmine
Yeah.
Brown is the young lady's name. But I don't
Mhm.
understand why. Does it take? Did it take her 4 kids to figure out that this man wasn't going to marry her? And is that his?
Um,
I don't think that's his
I,
fault because he was showing you. He showed you after kid number one he wasn't going to marry you. Now,
it's that's a he's a good person. It's a good story, but he's probably not a good person to really that you could really argue to point back and forth with because he's a celebrity. You in college, you having access to all these women, you got millions of dollars. It could have been a oops baby. It could have been anything. He could have
I don't
probably
know
really
about
liked
four
her.
groups though.
And probably not 4 oops, but you want to have kids. You already started with her. You never. There's so many variables, but I think the crazy part, which I don't know the situation, but I think if she was happy and he taking care of y'all, taking care, like what is the big deal about? I don't even get it. I don't get, like, I think people need to look at their own situation. And again, he might have told, now if he was telling her, yeah, we gonna get married, and he never
Yeah.
did, you know,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
one thing.
that would be messed up.
I don't know, but he didn't strike me as a now just like he because I'm pretty sure Jasmine Brown knows, listen, this is what it is.
Man,
Um,
this her kid is like number 7 or 8, ain't it?
I forgot how many kids he got.
Her kid is like 7 or 8. Like
Mhm.
he up there with Eddie Murphy now, for real. No, yeah, him and Eddie Murphy probably got like 9 kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and she having his 7th or 8th kid. So I don't even know.
I think it
And
is 7 or 8. I do
yeah,
recall, yeah, that it's 7 or 8. But
and
she's apparently, because I'm pretty sure she heard this, she's
yeah,
okay with whatever it is.
yeah,
I
she's
think
okay.
that, and I think that, and it's nothing wrong with having, standards and saying, listen, I want to be married, right? But I
Yeah,
feel like as a woman, just for me, you figure that out before the fourth kid. Like, how long did
you
it
know,
take you to
there's
figure that out? And is that
like
his fault?
like I said, there's so many variables, man. Sometimes because it's you stay around, in a relationship, and it's and sometimes this person ain't necessarily the person you want to be with, but
Right.
she pregnant now. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And then you like, okay, yeah, well, she's here, she's taking care of the kids. He could have been on some, I really, I'm just going. She had the first one. Let me. And now you pressuring me to,
Right.
nah, dude, like I'm not.
It could have been.
And in the back of my mind, I was like, in his mind, he probably like I was never gonna do it, but you ended up pregnant. I don't know, mom and dad like you blend. I wasn't really like that, but hell, it's here now. Let's keep it going. And then
Right.
you get to the point where now you're pressuring me too much. I done already told you what it was, but
Yeah.
you just never know, man. I think is at this point, like, you just walking away with from a man that you wanted to marry with 4 kids. Like,
Yeah.
I'm on my Kevin Samuel shit. Now you on the clearance rack, baby. Like, you on a clearance rack at that point. Like, where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm wondering though if maybe she knew he wanted kids and a family, and she thought that by having 4 kids that would be a way to keep him, and eventually he would marry her. That's the only way that can make sense. That
I don't
makes sense.
even I don't even know why people be wanting. I would not want people knowing my business like that. It would just be, hey, him and I, we couldn't make it
It
work.
didn't work.
Yeah, and just leave it at that. But
Yeah.
I just hey, people telling the truth be overrated, because the more truth I hear, the stupider, more stupid, ignorant folks are. Like, y'all, like, they just get on my nerves. Like, just
But
lie,
I think she
just
thought
lie.
that was going to either paint him in a bad light, or make her look better or look great to women. But if I'm a woman and I'm thinking, it didn't take me 4 kids to realize I didn't want to be with whatever or whoever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think
no,
yeah, it don't. I think that she thought that he was going to change his mind. She thought that, by her having the kids, that he was going to one day come around. Because, as women, we think we can change men, which we can't.
yeah.
Um, and I think that she thought she could change him, and that his viewpoint was going to change, and it didn't. And so he moved on to the next person. And I'm pretty sure well, I won't say pretty sure, but it's probably going to be the same thing with Jazz. It may be, not probably, it may be the same thing with Jasmine Brown. However, she seems like she's, okay with it. She knew,
She's
in essence, she knew what it was when she signed up.
Yeah, yeah. She knew. I feel like her coming late to the. She late to the party now.
Yeah, yeah,
He's done with the NFL. He has his podcast, and
right.
he might be calm now. He might be more centered. He might be. You just never know. He could be ready for the marriage thing now. Um,
But I think that oftentimes a man will marry the woman who's not pressuring him to get married too.
every single time. I
Yeah.
had the most fun with the women that don't get on my nerves. Like, dude, you a headache. Like, I can't even. And I have walked away from women that I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm really feeling her, but she just is too much of that, and I'm just like, you know what? Seriously, like, you know, I'm about to block her because
Yeah.
I can't even go home and just enjoy. I had a bad day. I don't really feel like talking, and you just, oh, come over here. Oh, like, dude, I don't want to come over here. And it's got to be another reason or other woman. You making it to something that it's not, and it's like, dude, you're a
Yeah.
headache. Like,
Yeah,
you're a headache. So,
yeah. So she may
so
be surprised if he marries Jasmine Brown. She may be. I often say that people like to go the path of least resistance. So Jasmine Brown
yeah.
could be the path of least resistance. Who knows?
Listen, listen. This is the thing about these interviews. Everybody that's got these shows and want to be celebrities and halfway basketball. Like, what do y'all do basketball wise? Y'all got to show. What do y'all do? But anyways, what talent do you have? Basketball wise is the equivalent of the Kardashians. Like, y'all have no talent.
No,
Y'all
I think
literally
it's
have no
probably
talent.
less than that. At least the
Yeah,
Kardashians. Yeah, no. Yeah.
so it's like you get on this show and maybe they asked you a question, the strength of why you probably even on this, like who even interviewed her, who had her, who knows this information, where did this information come from, why is it an article, why is it a meme, like where did this come from? Because
Right.
like I
Why is
said,
that even out there? Yeah.
dude had to have, I know this has got to be 7 or 8 minimum kid that he's
I
having
do think
with
it's
this.
7 or 8. Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't have 4 with her. That means you had at least 2 more in between.
Hmm.
Like, what are we even talking about? He's clearly moved on.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah,
he's
that's true
clearly
too.
moved on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we even really talking about now? Like you go on these. They have these people on these shows or these conferences, and they ask you questions, and even I remember Lil Wayne's his first wife, and she had like a spinoff in the
Toya.
show. Yeah, and it's like, what do y'all really have to say? And I'm not trying to take away from any talent of anybody, but it's like like you're on somebody's coattails, in my opinion. And again, I'm not trying to take away. Maybe she can sing or dance or act. I don't
Mm,
know.
no.
I don't know what talent she has, and I'm not trying to say she doesn't have
Her
any. But
her claim to fame was being married to Lil Wayne. Now I
it
will
it
say
was
she
like I
has
don't even.
flipped it. She's flipped it, and she's done some things, and she's come up in her own right. Being married to Lil Wayne and having raising his daughter was her,
Yeah,
claim to fame.
right,
But
and that's fine. I'm not taking nothing away from
but
her.
she flipped
She's
it,
probably a great mother.
But
Yeah,
you're
she
right.
probably,
It ain't she. Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Like, what are we really talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know where we, because I already have a problem with us in our community. Why we go to celebrities for everything, anyways? Like, why we don't interview the educated black people. We don't interview the 4 degrees, the, you know what I'm saying? We don't interview the scientists and the doctors and the biologists. We don't interview them. We interview the basketball players and the football players and the
Right.
rappers, and we ask their opinion. So we already know it's jaded. Half of them are getting high and drunk 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Having orgies, but these are the people that we want to know their opinion. So
It is.
I already got a problem with the list celebrities. So now we gonna dummy it down all the way to they, twice removed, first or second girlfriend. Like, dude,
Right.
you done been with 60 women since this girl.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
you done been with you done been with 60 women since her.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about Lil Wayne. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right. Right. In general.
And then
Yeah.
it's just like, bro, come on. But
Yeah.
that's what we
I
do
agree.
in our
I
community.
agree.
That's what we do. We
Well,
you could have interviewed a woman that graduated from Clark or anywhere, but this we go to the celebrities. That's what we do.
absolutely. But now, in our final session of, at the end of our, session, we always like to hand out the biggest dummy,
I
you
gotta know.
big dummy award of the
I want to see.
week.
I want to see who this is for real.
No. And I started to put the picture up, but I didn't put the picture up this time. I will, and I was like, should I throw the picture up? So we may do that for next week. But the You Big Dummy Award goes to 43-year-old David Ratliff from Kentucky.
Mm.
So he was drugged up and passed out
Yeah.
behind the wheel of his car on Friday in a
Mhm.
parking lot of a video store.
Oh, I know
Um,
somebody like that. I know somebody
so
like that. We can give out a couple of awards. I can call somebody that did that. Go
I
ahead. I'm
don't know
listening.
if they did this one though. So when the
Okay.
police gets to his car and they tap on the window, of course, they wake him up and he's startled and they ask him for his ID. Well, instead of him handing them the ID, he hands them over meth.
He was hot in the mud, bro.
Instead of when they ask him for his ID, he hands over a bag of meth, some fentanyl pills, and $3,000 in cash. So, in the words of Fred G. Sanford, and the G stands for got to be more careful.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did? Oh no, you big dummy. Oh no, you big dummy. You dummy.
No. David Ratliff, you get the Worldwide Media Big Dummy Award of the Week.
You cold-blooded big dummy. Rest in peace to Red Fox, man. Rest in peace to Red. Oh, Red, baby.
I know. Shout out to Red Fox.
Shout out to Red, man.
Well,
I miss that level of comedy, man.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
I miss that level of comedy.
This has been an awesome first week back, a great intro section. And so, so thank you for coming on, guys. Thank you for tuning in. DiCaprio, you know how we do. We'll be back next week. And so, guys, join us next week at same time for another session of the Wind Down with Worldwide Media 101 TV.
All right, love y'all. Be good.